Hello Data Fellows! In this video, we're going to walk you through how to create the tutoring hours calculated field components in Power Query within Power BI. At this point, you should have already loaded your data to Power BI or Power Query. So we will go ahead and transform data. And once the Power Query screen pops up, the first step is to create conditional columns for the A and P values under the attendance column. To do that, we will go to the top ribbon and click on Add Column, then click on Conditional Column. The first column that we will create is one that captures the total tutoring sessions attended by students. So we will rename the column Tutoring Sessions. Now for column name under the if clause, we will click on attendance. It's pretty small here, but attendance, and that is the column where A and P are listed. So for every value where attendance equals to P or present, we want the output to be 1, meaning the student attended 1 session. Add another clause and do the same thing. For every value where attendance equals to A or absent, we want the output to be 0, meaning the student attended 0 session on that given day. Then we will set else to be null. Click on OK. Now we'll implement some minor formatting changes by clicking on the upper left icon where it says ABC123, and we will select whole number. Now the next step is to create an additional conditional column to calculate the total hours of tutoring attended by students. Now we'll go back to the top ribbon and click on Add Column, then click on Conditional Column. So we will name this new column Tutoring Hours. Similarly as the previous column, we will select attendance as the column for the if clause. So for every value where attendance equals to P or present, we want the output to be 0.5. We're using 0.5 here because each tutoring session lasts 30 minutes or half an hour, or in this case, 0.5 hours, which is why we were using 0.5 as the output. Add another clause. If attendance equals to A or absent, then we want the output to be 0, meaning the student attended 0 hours of tutoring. Then we don't have to put anything in the else field, since Power Query will automatically generate null for us. And now the last step for this column is to also change the data type, and we'll change it to decimal number this time around since we have 0.5 listed. And lastly, we can remove the nulls just to remove unnecessary rows. So we can click on the drop-down icon under Tutoring Sessions, then click on Remove Empty. And as we can see, the nulls have been removed. Now we can go back to Power BI by going to Home and clicking on Close and Apply. Now once the data is fully loaded, we will see that our table is updated and it now contains the 2 new columns that we just created in Power Query. Let's quickly scroll down just to double check that it's not only the 0 values that are showing. And yep, you can see here under tutoring sessions we have 1, and under tutoring hours we have the 0.5 values as well. And there you have it. We have successfully created fields, or in this case columns, for the tutoring hours field components.